Hello everyone and welcome to today's reading. I hope that all is well. If you are new here, I am LeeApocrypha and it is a pleasure to meet you. I hope you'll consider joining this little family that we have going on here. Just know, as always, information, disclaimers, and decks will be in the description box. If you need to or want to have a look, please do so. If it is your first time watching a tarot reading, please read at least the disclaimers so that you can have an idea of how a tarot reading works. Just remember that above all else, no matter what, follow your intuition, take the messages that resonate, and leave what doesn't. Don't force it to fit. If you're returning, welcome back, soul family. I love you guys. Hugs. Alright, so again, I hope that everything is going well. Today, let's just see what comes out. I'll start with some Palo Santo. If you have anything in mind that you would like, you can set an intention so that we can cleanse some energy here. I'm sorry if you could hear any background noise. I don't have a computer right now that's working, so I'm not able to put like some sounds for background sound or anything like that. Things have been heavy, and I know that things have been heavy for a lot of people lately, all over the world, to say the very least. I hope that everyone's family is safe, everyone's friends are safe, the workplace. I hope that if there's anything going on, that there will be healing. If there are any foes that are in your way, that the truth will come to light always, above all else. Whether that's at home, with family, with friends, at work, or other situations. I'm hearing cycles. You may be caught up in cycles going on. Let any negative energy leave. Be cleansed away. Please let only the truth come through. Messages to help, not hinder. Let them be taken for the depth of the message and not as offense. Just in case you have not looked at my disclaimers, I would like to say, just be aware that I'm not the type of reader to sugarcoat anything. I say what I see, and sometimes I say things in not the most gentle way. Some people have heard the gentle way over and over and still do not get the messages that are coming through to them. So I'm sorry, I mean no offense by it, but I am a tough love reader. Just know that I never mean offense by it. We will be using, as of right now, the Tarot of the Raveness and Dracon. And again, if you're interested in any decks that I use, all of them are listed in the description box. So, as I was shuffling right now, I just picked them up. I was going to keep shuffling, and there's 3 cards that stayed behind. So, I'm going to start with these. And underneath, we have the Knight of Swords. So let's see, we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. We have the 7 of Swords upright. And the Hierophant. I feel like there's perhaps for some of you this could be love related. For some of you, this could be revolving around family, friends, co-workers, a tight-knit group, excuse me. You may be trying to heal yourself, heal your heart from past trauma, heartache, pains from your past, things that people have done or said to you, or that you've heard down the grapevine. There may be people around you, or you may still be feeling fear based on past situations where people have lied to you, misled you. You may be feeling like somebody around you is not who they say that they are, or they may act like your friend and then go behind your back and say something. If this is a love situation, then perhaps you have been feeling like I heard earlier when I was using the Palo Santo, like cycles. Like you may feel you heal from something and then you are triggered by a certain response, or triggered by something that somebody does, or a memory where you have been misguided by somebody. We see here in the 7 of Swords, there are 4 swords in this hand and 3 swords that are falling out. And while this is happening, while this dragon is releasing 3 of the swords, the crow is on the bottom, or the raven is on the bottom watching. It's a little hard to tell. Watching these swords fall out. In this card, we see a shadow of a dragon. The head over here, the neck, one of the wings, another wing, its tail, and the raven. You may have been feeling disillusioned, or like somebody is creating illusion around you, again, lying or manipulating a situation. You're trying to break free from the binding, from the pain, from the confusion. It's like there's a shadow looming over you, so to speak, of these memories, of this pain. In this card here, the Hierophant, we see the dragon's spirit, assuming that this is where the dragon's body is, and the raven reading, perhaps reading messages or memories between the two. It's giving this similar vibe here, as we could see this dragon is half spectral, half translucent. The crow in all of these cards is standing on its feet on the floor beneath it, while the dragon is soaring, but we cannot truly see the whole dragon. Again, there's a lot of feeling here, a lot of vibes here of illusion. Like you're not sure what is real around you. And I don't mean like you're literally losing it or something. Or perhaps for some of you with the Hierophant, perhaps your psychic abilities are awakening and you're questioning whether you're seeing something real or not. That could also be a possibility for somebody. You're trying to see the truth of a situation. You're trying to learn from your past or learn from this situation, this person, or these people around you, or from how you hurt others in the past. You're trying to evolve and ascend in your knowledge, in your clairs, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, etc. But for some of you, you may feel like something is slipping out of your hands. Like you do not have full control over what is going on. And if that's the case, it's important to remind yourself that nobody has full control over what's going on in their life, because there are too many variables of the situations around us, the people, the places, and the things around us, that we cannot truly control everything that happens around us or in our life. No matter how powerful of a manifestor you are, there are always external variables. Other people's manifestations, other people's thoughts and actions. You can only control yourself. You can only focus truly on how you can try to change your perception so that you don't keep going in cycles. And with this Three of Swords, we have a lot of these circular spirals. Perhaps you've been spiraling out, so anxious over situations, afraid that time is slipping of something. Like time is running out of something. For your healing, for a situation to clear up. We have the Knight of Swords on the bottom. What I'm hearing from this is clarity. Have clarity. Allow yourself to sit in what you do know and what it is that you want to build, and not sit in the past or the pain. It's important for us to work through these things, but not to dwell in them to where they consume us. Follow your heart, but also be aware of your perception. How you perceive things doesn't always tend to be the truth. Just because you see something doesn't mean that it's what you think is going on. Sometimes we think we may understand a situation, but the truth is we understand less than what we really do. There is a lotus here. Lotus, they bloom. They are birthed from murky water. They are a symbol of rebirth, of transformation, and of spirituality, especially it being purple too. I'm seeing it as a lotus, like you're trying to evolve and ascend your perception to where you come more into alignment with your true purpose and with what it is that you really want. People, places, and things you want around you, a job path that you want, a career, how to put yourself out there more, trying to be more focused and diligent on your work. I also heard like go with the flow. And although going with the flow is important in the sense of allowing ourselves space, I saw 1551, allowing ourselves space to surrender. Don't focus on the outcome, focus on how to get there. If you want to create a business, you cannot focus on, well, I don't have the money to create a business. Well, I don't have a store to, sell things. Well, I don't have this, I don't have that, then it's never going to happen. Your focus needs to be instead on, how can I make it happen? How can I come into alignment with this? And then it will happen. It takes gradual steps towards whatever it is that you're trying to build for yourself and manifest in order for it to come into alignment. Start little by little. We had the Emperor under that. And with this, it's like, despite how long it takes, because we see here there's like a pocket watch. Despite how long it takes, know that's important for you to follow your intuition. Excuse me. I almost sneezed. Sorry. Follow your intuition. Don't be fearful of the time. Just go with it. Just take a step at a time. Tomorrow is always a new day, whether we're ready for it or not. The sun will always come up, so to speak, and then always go down. And then the moon will always come up, so to speak, and always go down, so to speak. We are constantly revolving around the sun, and the moon is constantly revolving around Earth. That is a cycle that is endless, whether we're ready for it or not. Whether it's this lifetime or the next, or in between lifetimes, whatever the case is, do what you need to do to move towards it. Follow your intuition. Follow your heart. Those two things are connected. The Emperor is not fearful. This Emperor is upright. He is not fearful. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Take your time to do things right, to build from a stable foundation, and then to work your way up. Let me see. This one, or this one. Just go ahead and pull one of these. We have two cards here. Mutable. surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Damn. This is a confirmation of what we were just talking about. Surrender. Surrender the outcome and just focus on what you can do here and now. With the fluidity, this is saying go with the flow. But water is always flowing, it's always moving. Welcome change. Know that whatever it is that you want, it will not come to you no matter how hard you hope and pray. It will only come to you when you prove to yourself and the universe and whoever else is involved or whatever that you're ready for it. Don't feel like if it is taking a while, don't feel like you're not good enough. Just keep going. Don't focus on the end goal, focus on how to make it come. And then we have yin. Intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. Come on. This is what we were talking about. Follow your intuition. Your intuition will never lead you astray. Whether you listen to it or not, it's always talking and communicating with you. And it's interesting because I just saw it could have been a speckle of dust. I don't know. But I literally just saw like a speck of dust or like an orb or something like come from like what would be like my third eye. And it's making me think your intuition. Follow your intuition. Let's see what's under this. It says Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. Know that you are protected. Cancer is a water element. And here with this mutable, we have water coming down. Nurture yourself, comfort yourself. When you feel like things aren't going the way that you want, you have to be your greatest ally. You have to be your greatest cheerleader. But you get to choose to be either your greatest ally or your worst foe. The moon symbolizes illusion. The moon card in tarot symbolizes illusion, the depths, the unseen, the unknown, behind the veil. But it's also about intuition. And under that we have Taurus here. It says trust, patience, and sensuality. But look at this here. There's a heart. And this heart, half of it is full and half of it is bone. And interestingly enough, after that we have Scorpio, another water card. This is intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. We have symbols of change and transformation. A snake, a skull, a butterfly. Which does also go back to, which card was it? Welcome change, the mutable card. We also have the snake kind of creating a figure 8, also symbolizing cycles. And that's something else that we mentioned. And no way. Under that, we have, two water energies within the elements of these zodiac signs, and then 2 earth energies within the zodiac signs. This one symbolizing timing. It says ambition, realism, and methodical steps. This again just goes to add more to it. Don't be afraid of the time. Just do it. Do what you need to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My nose is a little bit runny. Don't be afraid of how long it's going to take. It's going to take a while whether you work on it or not. So why not start now? Because the longer you wait, the more of an issue it might become in the future. We are all, no matter how old you are, we're all getting older. And even though we don't want to be thinking of the end or these things that happen to us, the older we get, the harder things become. The more responsibilities that you have, the more bills you have to pay, the more physical aches and pains and issues that we develop. The older we get, things become harder and harder, not easier. So why not start now? And that's not to make you afraid or anything. That's just kind of to reiterate, like, start now. The best time to start is now. And if you can't start now, start tomorrow. Any little step that you can take towards what it is that you desire will bring you closer to what it is that you desire. Right? So again, I'm sorry if you could hear background noise. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's go ahead and pull some more from this deck, which is another one with astrological signs, houses, and different things like that. Let's see if any of these other cards come out again in another deck, or what other messages need to come through. So there were 3 cards that came out. We have semi-sextile. This is allowing. Encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, gives hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, growth, realizes, and rewards. What I'm getting from this is to see and know your potential. Remember, follow your intuition. Try to perceive things from not what you, how can I say? Try to learn to perceive things on how you can transform, how you can ascend from a situation. When it says tempers, it's not temper like throw a temper tantrum, of course. It's temper like temperance. Have patience. Be calm with yourself. Anything that you plant will not grow in seconds, in hours, in days, perhaps in weeks, months, years. You'll actually start to see the growth. But when you plant the seed and you start to germinate it, watering it, tending to it, making sure that the soil is good for it. Now, I'm not the best when it comes to plants, but I'm trying to learn how to be better. But all of that is important for it to grow healthy. It takes time. No matter how long, even if you're like, oh, but I want it now, too fucking bad. It's too fucking bad if you want it now. It's not gonna happen. And let's say, for example, if you did want to start a business and all of a sudden the next day, let's just pretend for a moment, the next day you had a business, are you ready to run it? Do you know how to do your taxes? Do you know how to pay people? Do you know how to worry about shipment and where you're getting your merchandise from? How long it's gonna take to put it out or to cleanse it or to whatever the fuck the case is? Are you ready for it? Chances are the answer is no. No matter how much you want it, if all of it just came onto you the next day, you will be overwhelmed and probably not able to handle it. And that's not to say that you're not capable. It's just saying, like, it takes time to develop our skills and our knowledge to where we're able to be ready for these things. People who own businesses, or let's say a store manager, doesn't become a store manager after literally not ever having a job. Chances are they've had a job, they've worked their job for years, then they moved up to the next level, maybe key holder, some kind of management, assistant manager, and then they move up to store manager. And usually that takes years of work experience. Years. And even like that, when they're first starting on the store, it's stressful and overwhelming. You have to know how to delegate. You have to know how to work as a team. You have to understand these things. If you don't have good coping mechanisms, if you don't have good management skills, your shit will fall apart. It will. There are so many people that are in management positions that don't fucking deserve it, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then because they don't know, everyone else that's working with them has to pull the slack. Some managers don't know how to do their job, and then everything's literally falling apart. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes perseverance, it takes knowledge. And knowledge doesn't come just hitting you in the face in 1 second. Even if you're getting an intuitive download, it takes a while for you to see it unfold. Even if you have this feeling, this knowing sense, it takes a while for you to dissect it and be like, okay, so what is this message telling me? I know what it feels like it's about this, but like, how can I incorporate this message into getting towards that? It takes time. So the next thing we have, Cancer. So we have Cancer twice. Interesting. And there's also a moon and a pearl, making me think, of course, Cancer, water sign. There's a shell there. The moon with the moons on both cards. It says feeling, sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, family-oriented. We mentioned about intuition already with this yin card, and having both Cancer and Scorpio here about water, and water sign is about intuition as well. It is about the depths. If you're trying to birth something new, you have to be sympathetic with yourself. You have to comfort yourself. You have to be there for yourself and be receptive towards learning. Don't be defensive. Be open. Of course, defend yourself when you need to, but don't close yourself off to learning new things or meeting new people, because then you're limiting yourself and your potential for growth. With the sentimental part, it's making me think back to the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords, when we mentioned earlier about the past, about trauma or about heartache, about memories of the past. Don't allow the past to control you or to hold you back. And so the next card that we have here is second house, assets, material world, possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, aesthetics. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, If you're concerned about your finances, then ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? If you already have a job, then what is it? Okay, well, I have a lot of bills. That's understandable. Most adults do. But what else? Instead of saving, are you just spending the rest of it? Or are you saving it for investing into yourself and your future in a way that actually holds meaning as more than just a tangible object? And I'm in the same boat where I'm realizing, like, you know, I do spend a lot on shit that I don't need. I've been giving stuff away, been decluttering, but it's like, even, like, let's say, for example, if you're a hoarder or you're a collector and you're trying to reduce the clutter or reduce the stress in your mind or something, the first step is to acknowledge the problem. The second step is to figure out, what can you do to fix it? Okay, well, I can start decluttering, I could start releasing things, I can start healing things. Good. That's the next step. So then after that, then you have to really think, what are the habits that are conducive, or what are the habits that are keeping me from doing better? Well, if I decluttered and things become a mess so quickly again, is it because I'm overspending on things I don't need? Is it because you accept things just because somebody's like, oh, I'm giving stuff away, that you just take it all? This is saying to be more mindful of the things that you accept and the things that you bring into your life. And also be more mindful of your finances. Make smarter decisions and invest in your future. Realize that you are talented and you do have the potential to create and to manifest and to build. You want to be your own boss? You want to create your own business? Then you have to work on how to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. Again, no matter how hard you hope and pray, no matter how amazing of a manifester you are, it takes time. It does. Be aware of the things around you, the people, the places, and the things. And weigh it. How worthy, or not how worthy, how much does this really mean to me? How much does this really help me grow? Or is it holding me back? If you keep spending money on something, is it because you're trying to invest in something so that you can work on something so you can sell it? Or is it just because you're hoarding it because you like it, but it's not something you need because you already have 10 of the same thing, like me and certain crystals? But I'm at the point where it's like, I've decluttered some, I've given some away, and I'm trying to establish my own business. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I could literally be making jewelry out of this and selling it. My store manager asked me if I could wire wrap some stuff for her, and she loved it so much. And she told me that there's so many times that she's out and about and people ask her, like, oh, where did you get it? That wire wrapping is so beautiful, or whatever, like the stone and everything. And she's like, you can sell this shit. I'm like, I know I can. I just need to get on my ass and just fucking start wire wrapping. Like, I have some stones here that I'm already considering on doing that. Like a carnelian, my favorite, tourmalated quartz, a potentially even rose quartz or clear quartz. Like, I know that I have the talent and the skill to do this, and I can make a business out of that. Instead of just hoarding it all to myself, I can provide that for other people. I don't need 500 clear quartz. As much as I love them, I don't need that. I don't. I am very grateful and very blessed for what I do have. I don't need to keep adding and adding on just to keep cluttering my space and my mind. Your physical surroundings is a physical representation of your mind. That's what they say, and it's pretty true. You know, the people who are the most creative and most ready and, you know, very open and free, usually their space, even if like certain things are cluttered or they have a lot of things in certain places, usually it's a creative atmosphere. And it's not just clutter everywhere, because that's stressful. Most people that are stressed, you might see their house or their room and see it's a chaotic mess. A chaotic mess. It happens. It's not like it's a terrible thing, like it happens to all of us. You need to evaluate the things that you have, the people, the places, and the things that you surround yourself with, and really consider, is this something that I want to take with me somewhere? If I had to pack all my shit and move tomorrow, what are the things that are the most important to me, and what are the things I can live without? What are the things that are just too much, just clutter, just taking up space and time? Work like that. Surround yourself with the things that you love and that actually help you with your growth, okay? Underneath we have 5th house, passion, performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, joy, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, and disco ball. 5 is the number of change. 2 is a number of unity and balance. You want to come into unity, you want to come into balance, you're gonna have to make some changes in your life. This, I don't remember what these are called, but it's reminding me of cycles. Cycles came out in one of the cards, or 2 of the cards. Cycles came out with the fucking Palo Santo. I feel like a lot of you are creatives. You want to create something, you want to entertain people, you want to create, maybe you want to act, or maybe you want to create like design or sew, you want to perform something, maybe you're a musician, an artist, an actor, something else. You want people around you to feel pleasure, excitement, this beautiful energy of openness. I heard flavorful. Maybe some of you are in the food industry, or maybe you want to have a bakery, or you like making pastries, or you just like making food, but you want to do it in a creative way. You want to learn how to plate up your food so that it's beautiful in its physical presentation. Then do it. 5 is the number of change. If you don't make changes in your life, shit's not gonna happen the way that you want it to. It won't, because then you don't deserve it yet. You do deserve it, but if you're not in alignment, not yet. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna ever come. It just means that you have not allowed yourself to come into alignment, to align yourself. Let me move these further up. You guys really can create literally anything that you set your mind to. It's true. And if you're like, no, I can't, that's your problem. That's why you feel stuck, because you don't allow yourself to hope and to dream. There's a card that stayed behind. Memories. Cherish memories of loved ones. To me, this is saying, remind yourself that you are not alone, that you are supported, that you are loved, that you are protected. Whether this is like blood family or it's family, like people that feel like family, that they're just friends or something. None are necessarily better or worse than the other. To me, the best are the ones that are there for you, whether that's blood or not. And for most people, it's both, a little bit of both. Cherish the memories, but that's also bringing back the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Remember, we mentioned memories, past, traumas, heartache. Start to remind yourself of how far you've come. I feel like that's something that it's saying here too. Remind yourself of how far you've come, because if you think about 5-10 years ago, you were not where you are right now. And if you are, then that just goes to show you need to make a change in your life. Would you rather stay stuck, or would you rather propel yourself forward? Take little steps. Little by little, you'll get there. And if you expect it to happen overnight, you're shit out of luck. You're fucking yourself over. This is the second time I noticed this card when I'm shuffling. Enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth. I'm gonna pull it, and I do actually, oh, look. Money, find a way to abundance. I'm gonna pull those. Enlightenment. Follow your intuition. Look, her third eye is beaming a beautiful ray of different colors, the whole rainbow. Self-resilience. We have money, find a way to abundance. If you're concerned about money, we have resilience. Then start planning on things changes you can make to have better finances. Are you one of those people that are subscribed to 100 million things? I'm over exaggerating. How much of that do you actually use? Are you subscribed to Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and whatever the fuck else? Do you use them? Is it really worth it? We can make sacrifices in certain aspects or certain places in our life in order to invest that in something else. If you need to sacrifice going out every single day for a coffee at Starbucks so that you can save yourself like $50 a week, then do it. Maybe go from every day to every other day, and then from every other day to every 3 days, and then every 3 days to once a week. There's always a way, always. We might tell ourselves, oh, well, I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time. For the most cases, like 90-something% I will throw out there, just seems to be the case that it's not that we don't have enough, it's that we don't know how to spend it wisely, whether it's time or money or energy. Maybe we're sitting there, and this happens to me, especially lately, family related things at home, things at work. I've been so stressed out, maybe taking a couple hours just stressing over some bullshit when I could literally be creating or doing something better with my time than stressing out over some bullshit. Not all of it's bullshit, some of it's perfectly valid, but Stressing out over things doesn't help anybody. Does it help you? Do you feel like it helps you? No, it doesn't, right? We tell ourselves we don't have enough money, we don't have enough resources, we don't have enough time. The mass majority of us are just not perceiving it as we do, because we'd rather spend it in fucking porquerias, like bullshit, nonsense. Our time. Oh, I don't have time, but then you're literally sitting there for 2 hours stressing out over bullshit, or just in your head over something that doesn't matter. I don't have enough money. Well, then ask for more hours. If you really need to, then find a second job, and or most importantly, chances are, spend more wisely. Be self-reliant. Rely on yourself. Be strong and empowered enough in yourself where you can create and manifest. But you have to be resilient. You have to rise. I was literally about to say rise above, like what's going on, and it literally says rise above tribulations. You have to rise above that. You have to face your fears. Release the power of fear. Look, let's see what this card is. Choices. Make better choices. That says it all. We have more power than we allow ourselves to believe. We have more say in what goes on in our life than we allow ourselves to perceive. That doesn't mean that everything's going to happen the way that you want it to, because again, we all are surrounded by external forces. It's not just us creating, it's everyone else around us also creating at the same time. Be resilient. Move forward. Be more responsible. Be diligent. Be consistent. That's something I struggle with. And I feel like if you're watching this, I saw 5252, if it's resonating with you, you may also struggle with consistency. Maybe sometimes you save more. Maybe sometimes you are more aware of your mental state. Try to be more consistent, okay? Let's see. Perhaps we'll end with some of these. We have luck is on your side with Sagittarius. Some of you may be feeling like, oh, the universe hates me, God hates me, something, blah, blah, blah. You're crying yourself a pity party. Stop pitying yourself. Start finding the answers within you. Stop seeking everything externally. Stop always seeking external validation for your power and your knowledge and for your creativity. Just share it. The right people will come when it's time, when you're in the right energy, and when they're in the energy that aligns with that. It says the end of a tough cycle approaches, and so this is again bringing up about cycles. Be very mindful as you can, as aware as you can. Be mindful and aware of the cycles you catch yourself in. When you're like, wait, this feels like a deja vu. Wait, the same shit's happening. What's going on? Why am I still doing the same thing? Why am I still stuck in this bullshit? Why this? Why that? Go within and figure it out. Chances are there's some kind of root problem. If you know psychology or whatever, even if you just like barely learn about it, everything has a root cause. Everything. Each and every individual, each and every person is the way that they are because of their past. Your past holds the key to why you are the way you are. Whether you have learned from it or you have allowed it to keep you stuck. And I'll say that part again. Whether you have learned from it or you have allowed it, you have allowed it to keep going. Again, with the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, about the cycles, catch yourself in these vicious cycles. I do too sometimes. There are times I'm like, oh shit, like I'm not being self-aware. Oh, I caught myself in a cycle thinking like the same shit that makes me feel stuck. And then I ask myself, why do I feel stuck? Well, bitch, because you keep thinking the same shit. Well, duh. Really. I tell myself that. It happens to me. I'm not perfect. But you need to hold your vision. Don't let your vision fade just because somebody else is offended or just because somebody else doesn't like it. They could have their own vision and they could strive towards it, and they don't want to. That's their fucking problem, not yours. Truly. Why are you gonna allow yourself to be stuck because somebody else is bullshit? No. Don't hold yourself back because of someone else's shit. Don't hold yourself back because of your past, the bullshit talk of people that don't even do what they say that they do. Don't hold yourself back out of fear. And that's easier said than done. And that's something I'm currently trying to learn how to do too. Especially with establishing my own shit, for example. Hold your vision. And don't focus on the end goal within that vision. Focus on the steps to get there. What is the first step that you need to learn about establishing a business? Your target market, your target audience, your merchandise or your services, what it is that you provide, what you're going to do, how much you're going to charge, how are you going to present yourself or advertise yourself. Are you going to do flyers? Are you going to have cards, business cards? Are you going to post flyers somewhere? Is it going to be word of mouth? Are you going to create a social media account just for your business? What is it you're going to do? You have to put yourself out there. You can't expect to just open up shop the next day. 99% of us, or probably more, I don't know, less, more or less, whatever. A huge amount of us are not able to do that. It's not that we can't over time. It's that it just logically and within this 3D physical realm, it takes time to align with that. You need to hold your vision and don't let anyone or anything fuck with that. Unless you decide that it's not for you anymore. You are the only person that should keep yourself from that. You know what I mean? You're the only person that should decide, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. But ask yourself, if that's your situation, is it because I'm scared? Is it because what somebody else told me? Is it because somebody else don't like it? Or is it because in my heart and in my intuition, I feel like I have leveled up from that? Like I have aligned to something else and that I should be doing something else. If that's the case, then yes, you're right. Then create a new vision. Our goal should always be to create something, to manifest something, to do something. You want to travel, then travel. I don't have enough money, or because of things going on, I can't. Well, I mean, if you have a car, you could jump in your car and drive an hour away to the city down the street, so to speak. Oh, but that's not good enough. That's still travel. You can still see something new. You don't have to keep yourself stuck just because you can't spend $1,000 to go overseas. Then travel in your vicinity. Go to a new store. If you don't know the streets in your area, no matter how long you live there, then explore. But have an open mind to see things from a new perspective. What's that? Balance spirituality and practicality. Balance spirituality and practicality. And then the way that the Pisces is like yin yang, find balance within yourself. You have to, once your intuition and your heart start pulling you in a certain direction, you have to figure out how to make that happen. I saw 10110, and then the dog barked. So it's like a confirmation. 1 is like alignment and amplification. Balance your spirituality and practicality. Find balance with not only creating your dreamscape, not only creating what it is that you want within your mind, but find the balance. Or there's a card in here, it's a Taurus, I believe, that's like pretty much like to follow the practicality or to make things happen. I don't remember, but it's coming to my mind. Like, find the balance between your dreams and making them happen. Okay. What's this card? A new romantic cycle begins. So you could take this literally. I saw 10212. So 1212 is a significant number to you that might be of importance, perhaps about a partnership, or this could just mean like you following what you love, finding balance. Again, there's the scales of Libra, finding the balance within yourself to balance your higher self and your physical self. A win-win outcome is forecast. I'm going to pull this one. Don't let your past hold you back. So this is bringing back up to our awareness about the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, which has been coming out throughout this reading. For some of you, for some of us, I'll say, we allow our past to hold us back. But why? The past is in the past. It's important to learn from it and then to move forward. Step out of your comfort zone. If you want to create a business, you can't be comfortable. Shit, that's like a call out for me. It's like, bitch, this one for you. Like, yes, you gotta step out of your comfort zone. Oh, but I'm scared. So the fuck what? You don't think other people who are famous or who are well known for establishing a company, you don't think they were scared at first? You don't think they felt crazy when they were starting out in their fucking garage or their backyard as a musician or as a inventor or as a painter, an illustrator, as a dancer, or as whatever? You don't think they were scared the first time they had to perform or show their product to an audience? You don't think so? I guarantee you the answer is yes, they were, but they pushed through anyway with their resilience. But they had to make a choice. They had to make the choice to push past their fears. They wouldn't be where they are right now. Let's maybe get one more from this deck. Ooh. It says conclusions are within reach And there's actually another card that came out. With this card, I feel like it's saying things are easier than you are allowing yourself to see. You might be stressing out about so much shit when the answer is literally right in front of you. Don't stress out over some bullshit. As long as you're doing what you need to do, don't allow anyone else's bullshit or shit talk or whatever hold you back. You cover your ass and let everything else fall on the side. Conclusions are within reach is saying you are stressing out so much. You are making your situation way harder than it needs to be. And in our human experience, it's so easy to be consumed over what does this person think, or what do these people think, or what are they saying, or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? There are always going to be people that don't like you. There are always going to be people that are jealous and talk shit. There are always going to be people that don't want to see you succeed. Always. The more successful you are, the more people are going to want to see you fall. It's like the saying, if you don't have haters, then you're doing something wrong. Because people don't really care or hate on people that literally have nothing going on for them. Right? Right? Think about it. People get jealous and spiteful and angry and start talking shit when they see that you're succeeding. When they see that you know your shit. When they see your growth. When they see that you're inspiring others, and then they have some shit to say. Or you could literally be doing something wrong. And if that's the case, if you're literally doing something wrong and you're trying to align yourself with what is right for you, then catch yourself on your bullshit and fix it. I saw 1, 7, 11. Work through your fears, Scorpio. Oh, I got another card. I got chills. Oh my god, I didn't say it and I was gonna say it. When I felt that there was another card, I was gonna say, man, it would be some shit if it's that card that I was talking about earlier. That Taurus card. It's that Taurus card. Okay, so work through your fears. Your dreams need a practical plan. I had a feeling this bitch was gonna come out. And it literally did. And that was going to be my last card that I was going to mention in this deck. It's like, here I am. Your dreams need a practical plan. Whatever it is that you're trying to create and manifest, you can do it. You can. If you allow yourself to. If you align yourself to it. Don't focus on the end goal. Focus on the steps it takes to get there. Okay? Should I pull from another deck? Fuck it. Why not? This is a long ass reading anyway. Damn, I'm shook. You know they say shook? Really? Really? Shit. Friendship. Know that you have people that support you, that love you, that want you to succeed. And the people that don't, the people that want to see you fall, fuck it. Fuck it. Where are they in their life? Oh, just bitching and griping and complaining over everything? Oh, that's their problem, not yours. Don't make it your problem. Lighten up your load. If it's stressing you the fuck out, do something about it. Let it go. If it doesn't mean shit to you, if it's not something that's, how can I say? if it's not constructive criticism for you to take so that you can learn and evolve and become a better version of yourself, if it's just people talking to get at you, to get into your mind, to get into your head, to stress you out, then they're winning. Don't let them win. Line up your load. Let them do their pathetic, immature bullshit. If they want to make their life happen, if they want to make their dreams happen, they could get off their ass and make it happen. But likewise, if you do too, then you do too. Nobody's better or worse than anybody. We're all just we're all just here to learn and to hopefully become a better version of ourselves. But don't allow the bullshit to stress you out. And that's why I need to live by it, because lately I've been stressing out. So, let's see, line up your load. For some of you, if you've been having physical ailments, like back pain or something, a lot of, stress or anxiety, if you need to go to a doctor, a psychologist, a counselor, something, do what you need to do so that you can be healthy and ready to make your dreams happen, so that you can help yourself and help people around you. There may be people that are two-faced around you that might act like they're your friend, and then behind your back they talk shit or something. Let it go. It's not worth it. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, but don't let it stress you out, because then they win, and that's what they want. Prosperity. Know that what it is that you want to create, that's possible, and that you will be abundant for it, for your creation, for what it is that you bring into this world, this beautiful world. It's not perfect, but we're the ones that make it not perfect. Ooh. We have commitment. Find balance within yourself. If you're looking for a commitment, look for somebody who balances you out, somebody who is equal, somebody who doesn't just take from you, whether this is a friend, a family member, a coworker, or whatever the case is. If you're looking for commitment, if you're looking for friendship, if you're looking for love, find balance, okay? Freedom. Don't hold yourself back out of fear. Don't be your own caged bird. Free yourself. Follow your heart. Good luck, which is interesting because we had luck is on your side. And I actually left this card in a space where I was putting all the other cards on the side. And that one I put like right in front of me, in the front, like the top. You have good things coming towards you, but you have to be ready for it. Well-being. Focus on your change and transformation, and focus on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. All of that is important. Even spiritually, we may think like, oh, spirituality. Some people may think, I don't need to. Like, that's not important to me. You have to protect your spirit too. You know, like, you can have spiritual attachments, or energies can attach to your aura, your spirit, your whatever, or your physical self or whatever. Well-being, again, like if you feel like you need to let go of something, person, place, or thing, then do that. If you feel like you need to go to a professional of any sort, whether a doctor or a counselor or whatever, then do that. A financial advisor, a business advisor, then do it. Travel. I feel like this isn't just literally. This doesn't make me think of the Six of Swords though. which is about moving forward and moving away from the waves and the struggle and the strife and the bullshit in your life. That kind of rhymed. Move forward. Travel. Physically allow yourself to get out of your comfort zone, like one of the cards that we had somewhere, and allow yourself to explore your options and explore what you can do to do better for yourself and the people that you love. Okay? So, anything else? Let's see. Let me think. Damn it, a long ass fucking reading. I hate shuffling this deck. The cards are so like hard. Oh my god, it hurts. I got to shuffle it like sideways, like this, but not like forcing my finger onto the sides because these cards hurt. These are the archetype cards. So we will end with whatever message needs to come through here. Underneath is the Fool, which is making me think of the Fool card. It says, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. And we have a two-faced person here. They might, you know, at face value, they might show like, oh, I'm happy, I'm your friend. And then behind your back, like, evil eye. Bullshit. Don't allow it to bring you down. The most successful people have the most haters. Again, so either if you're hated or some people are talking shit, either you're doing something wrong that you need to learn from so you can do better for yourself and people around you, or they're just jealous or trying to start some bullshit just to stress you out. The Fool card is about moving forward and trying something new, going somewhere new, meeting new people, just not being afraid, fearlessly, just trying things out. Of course, responsibly, be responsible about it. In this 3D world, there are real circumstances, or real... One of the universal laws is of cause and effect. For everything that we do, there is an effect. So be mindful of what you do, because, you know, it might come back to bite you in the ass. Okay. So let's see. We have Messiah, serving humanity with humility. Serving humanity with humility. Be humble, is what I'm hearing. No matter how successful you become, always remind yourself to be humble. It reminds me of this song. I think there's a rap song or something that says that, like, be humble. Maybe you should listen to it or something. Maybe it has some lyrics that can be a message to somebody. I have no clue who it's by, I'm sorry. But it's true. If you want to align yourself with your truth, with your purpose, with your divine purpose, so to speak, then be humble. Child magical, So it was in reverse in the shadow attributes, but I'll read the light and the shadow. So the light attributes are seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Know that everything is possible when you align yourself, but you have to perceive things as being possible and beautiful. Despite the chaos, there's something beautiful within chaos as well. There cannot be creation without destruction. You know, shadow attributes. Pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Believing that energy and action are not created for growth. What does that mean? Hoping and praying for something and doing nothing to make it happen. And it was in that energy. Get yourself out of your pessimism. Well, how can I do that? Start to be aware. You have to be aware in order to make changes. And when you catch yourself, you have to stop yourself. Okay? And if you feel like you need help, a professional to help you through things, there's nothing wrong with that. Then seek help. But if you know that you can do it yourself because you have that fire within you, because you know that you can deep down inside, no matter how hard it is, you know that you can persevere, then do it. Prove it to yourself. 121:31 I saw. 123 to me is like the full card, like a new beginning. When you find yourself in disbelief of miracles being a possibility, remember that miracles are all around you. Go outside and hear the birds. Smell the roses. Feel the petals between your fingers. Start to realize and remind yourself that everything is beautiful in its own way. And there is magic and beauty in everything that is natural. I saw 122:13, 123 again. It takes time, it takes practice. 122:22. You need to see the potential for sacred beauty in all things. Believe that everything is possible. And if you tell yourself it's not, then it's not. It's not that it literally isn't, it's that you choose not to allow it to be. The whole thing, or a big part of our physical reality, is that our physicality is based on our perception. Is the glass half full or is it half empty? It's both. It's both. But do you choose to? I saw 123:00, 123 again. Is it half full or is it half empty? That's for you to decide. The shit going on in your life, is it the end of the world? Is it the end of your life? You're still breathing, right? So then no, it's not. You can make changes in your life to do better, to become better, not than anyone else, but better than you were. You only compare yourself to yourself. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, because then you lose. Comparison, there's a quote, comparison is the, I don't know what it is, I don't remember, but comparison is very destructive, okay? If you've compared yourself to people, chances are it's probably in a negative way, where you start to feel like shit. Not good enough. You start to compare your body, you start to compare how skillful you are, how talented you are, how far in your life you are, you know, whatever the case is. Let's pull one more. Storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols And then the shadow attribute is making up tales that harm others. Don't be causing no bullshit that ain't even true. If that's your energy, don't be the problem, be the solution, okay? If you're gonna bring up something, bring it up because it's true and it's happening and it's a problem. Don't be making shit up just because you're spiteful or some bullshit, okay? Okay. So, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Be creative. Express yourself. Fuck what other people think. They don't like it, they can shove it up their ass. Right? Fuck it. As long as you're not harming other people or animals or whatever, as long as you're not causing harm onto any other living creature or somebody's property or something, then do it. What can somebody say? I don't like it. Well, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. That ain't my problem. That's your own shadow to face, not mine. I have my own shadows to face. You know? We all do. And it's not to keep us stuck. It's so that we can learn to integrate our shadows so that we become better. Not to be fearful of them and let it hold us back. You're fearful, that is a shadow. Why? Some of you may be wanting to learn about shadow working, which is, I feel like there's a lot of psychology into it, you know. It's like a spiritual way of doing psychology, finding the root cause of a problem in order to heal it and work through it and grow from it. Again, whatever has happened to you has happened. Doesn't make it good or bad. It makes it what it was. And it might suck, but it already happened. Don't allow it to haunt you and fuck your life over. Today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. You can learn from it. How can you learn from it? How to protect yourself, how to, you know, whatever the case is, there's always something you can learn from anything. Literally everything in life is a lesson. To not let people get to us, to not let ourselves hold us back. Whatever the case is, to stop pitting ourselves in our situation, in our past, and actually do something. To actually grow and learn from it. I know this may be triggering, but for some people, I heard specifically, stop playing the victim. Stop playing the victim. We are all a victim to something. That doesn't make it okay. But we get to choose. Remember that card? Choices. We get to choose to let it keep us stuck or to grow from it. That's a choice. And if you're like, no, it's not, then that's your fucking problem. And that's why you're stuck. Really. That doesn't mean that it's easy. It's never easy, especially if you're going through traumatic experiences. Reliving those traumatic experiences so you can work through it. It's hard. If you need help, get help. There's nothing wrong with it. And if somebody's like, you're giving it, fuck you. At least I'm doing something to better my life. And if I need help to do it, then I'm gonna get help to do it. Don't like it? That's their fucking problem. They wanna talk shit? I bet the ones that talk the most shit are the ones with the most shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, everything in life is a choice. But we also have to understand that our physical experience, our 3D world, is also full of other people's choices too. We can only control ourselves. We cannot control external faculties or external circumstances. We can only learn from everything that comes our way. Truly. It will either haunt you and break you down, or you will acknowledge it, face it, and move past it. Regardless, it's always going to be a part of you. Regardless, it will always be a part of you. So are you going to let it break you down? Or are you going to let it build you up? That's a choice. And that goes for everything in our life. Home, family, friendships, work, relationships, everything. All right? So, okay. Child orphan, I got some chills. Light attributes: independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Shadow attributes: feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So what this is saying is, learn to let go. People who really love you, who really care about you, will always support you. And everyone else who's just fake or two-faced, or that just wants to leech off of you and take from you because you're successful, or act like they were always there around and supporting you even though they weren't, let that go. If you want to manifest, you have to create space for your manifestation. I think there was a reading that I watched a long time ago. Somebody said that they wanted a piano, but they had nowhere to put it even if they got one. So they made space for it while they were manifesting that energy for the piano, and then they got one. And look, they had a perfect space for it. Things will come into alignment when you allow yourself to let go. I saw 131, 33. 3 to me is kind of like manifestation, like magician energy. So with that being said, be careful of people that manipulate you or that are trying to manipulate circumstances around you. Be aware, but also be aware that you allow yourself to choose to evolve and to grow and to learn. Let go of fear and allow yourself to be independent. Sit in your own energy as you need to understand yourself better and evaluate your circumstances that are around you better, to perceive things from a better perspective that are actually, that are actually constructive. Okay? 132. Again, 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow is a new day. Are you going to bring in new energy? Are you going to keep doing the same thing that's just an endless vicious cycle that you feel stuck? Truth is, we're never stuck. We only feel stuck because we perceive to be stuck. We could just go outside. You're not stuck. 133.13. You can open the window. You can do something that makes you happy. Paint something, draw something, dance to something, create a poem, create music, invent something new. Whatever. Just do something with your time and energy. And be mindful of your finances and everything. Okay, so this was the longest reading, but I've missed you guys. I love being able to provide readings and to connect with you guys. I'm sorry, I'm very antisocial and I'm way more reclusive. I'm sociable in person, and when I'm not in person, I'm a recluse. So I'm sorry, I'm not the most responsive to things or anything like that. But if you guys ever want me to make a specific video with a specific topic or something, let me know and I'll do it. Whatever it is. I watch a lot of readings, so technically I have a lot of ideas of what I could do. But I like to do general readings and just see what comes up. And usually that helps align with people that might be not looking for a message, or maybe they are looking for a message and it just pops up and it's like, hey, So if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of the soul family. Please consider turning on your post notifications, clicking the bell. Please put all or whatever so that you can be notified every time that I post new content. It really helps us out in growing this soul family that we have. And I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I really hope that this energy of stuck and fear and everything dissipates. When you're in the shower, let the water flow on you and imagine all that shit flowing off. All right. So thank you guys. I love you guys. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.